depends. It's up to you whether this is a tragedy or just a play. And from then on, you will be constantly questioned or solicited to provide your reaction to the different things we are going to show you or to present you. In this particular case, we have this we call the póster or a partida, whereby we introduce what we have studied of the play and placed all our findings in one single document. And this is what we are trying to share with you today. You see the title. I should begin, I guess, by telling you that we have in the School of Modern Languages, we have research team and research in English team, just for Shakespeare. And then my colleague and friend Guada Garcia and myself are part of it. All the others were working this morning and didn't want to come this evening. Apparently they have better things to do. You will have to make do with us. Each of us focuses on one aspect of the play, and so you will see that we have divided into different parts. The title of this year, of this period of research was La Britania Romana. Notice this is in Spanish. When we say La Britania, Roman Britain, we don't mean England, we mean Britania, which is a novel description. And it's the description of the place that Julio César tried to conquer in his own country. What we say is estudio ecocrítico. That is, it's not just any study. We have chosen a method, and the method is ecocriticism. As the word more or less suggests, it is made up of criticism and eco-ecology. Ecocritical approach to this construction and disolution, in English, disintegration. This is Julio César is more or less contemporary to Hamlet, that you may have heard of. And well, we have the name of the team, and we begin with an introduction. So I would like you to have a general view of the poster. You see an introduction. Would you like to read it, please?
They can see it. There you go.
Can you? Thank you. Yes. So you see, the life of Caesar is very interesting, and it can be tackled from different aspects. He was a writer, and when you study Latin, for instance, I have to. I read in Latin the story of his conquest, failed conquest of Britania. In Latin, bello Gallico, Gallico de las Galias, bellum de la guerra de las Galias. But we are concentrating on his murder. But then we spoke, as we said, about ecocriticism. So here we are. Could you read the definition, please, for us?
Es una aproximación a la lectura de un texto literario donde intersectan conceptos propios de la literatura y de la biología y ciencias afines. Así, los discursos de los protagonistas leídos desde la Tierra o just
Desde la Tierra. Notice the big T. La Tierra meaning the planet, Earth. Okay, this one.
como centro de reflexión antes que desde lo humano, dejan ver interconexiones básicas para el funcionamiento de la vida.
You see the approach. This is not history, this is not sociology, politics. This is different. We speak of life, the working of life, ecosystems. Let's go.
También permiten resignificar la obra sin modificar la escritura shakespeariana, allanando la vía hacia la apropiación de la misma por otros públicos, otros tiempos. Nosotros aquí y ahora.
Yes. What do you imagine this is? What does it mean, el aquí y ahora? Any idea? Hey, it's power. Just one word. It's dead. Okay, yes. Some people speak of adapting Shakespeare, and so they start changing the words because they are not correct now, or because I think in Spanish this could be different, blah, blah, blah. And finally, we wonder, is this Shakespeare or this is me, for instance? And they even mix authors. Well, that may be very interesting exercise, but is it Shakespeare? We don't touch it. But what we touch is the reading. So in this particular case, nosotros aquí y ahora, meaning when we read Shakespeare, what do we try to do?
Like to update it or like refresh it. So
Update it in the sense of
time to be to now.
you.
Okay.
For instance, Shakespeare lived in 1500, 1600. Now we are in 2023. So, yes, what happens to us? That's what's relevant. It may be very interesting to wonder about the customs and ideas of the 16th century, 17th century, yes, if you like history. But actually, when you close the book and you go out, it's 2023 that you find out. So what does Shakespeare mean there? And then if you are in Stratford-on-Avon where he was born, it's one thing. But if you're here in Buenos Aires, it's another thing. It's el aquí y ahora. Nosotros, we have a completely different mentality. We are not Britanos at all. Okay? So that's the meaning. Would you like to read the next?
Now you read from there?
Sí, sí.
Antecedentes históricos. We need the history teacher, but she's working. Yeah. So you know Susana Biasi? Yes. Okay, she's working. I want it.
Aunque Shakespeare no menciona las incursiones de Julio César en la Britania, el
You see
proceso.
the parenthesis en
El propio César escribe como su gran conquista de Galia se halla amenazada por la ayuda de los britanos a sus compatriotas del otro lado del canal Comentari de Belogali.
Yeah, that's Susana Biasi's quotation, okay? Yes, del otro lado del canal, meaning France, with the other guys.
Sus textos son documentos políticos con un propósito específico en los que sus reales motivaciones quizás no aparezcan. La historia no es lo que pasó, sino lo que se escribió sobre lo que pasó.
No es lo que pasó, pero sí lo que se escribió sobre lo que pasó. So depending on who writes, it's what you are going to read. Okay, let's go on. Thank you very much. You are very courageous. Well, this is important. Objetivos.
Objetivos. Constatar cómo Shakespeare podría funcionar en la reconstrucción de nuestra identidad iberoamericana a partir de su teatralidad.
Really different, okay? Because he's not writing novels, he's writing plays. Can you make up a quick definition of the difference between novels and plays?
Mostly plays are done through scenes and acts and are played live by a group of actors. Novel is just a book. There are works.
Yes, you started with the text, scenes and acts, but then you mentioned the essential. That is, when you read a novel, you are on your own.
They are
Shell, all the stand, if you are on the post, etc. But you are alone and you're with your text. But in the play, theater, you need a team. And each of the member of the team takes up a character, that is a figure. And a team.
You watch them come alive mostly.
Exactly. And how do you do that? And that's another really interesting aspect. I could give you several examples. You cannot study. Julio César is mostly rhetorical. That is, it's the words that matter. And people are electrified by words. And businessmen study Julio César. And we have this poster exhibited at the school here with people, other colleagues, teachers from other schools of the university. And it was a member of the board of teachers of the business school who was very enthusiastic about this and told me how well he knew. And it's the words that matter. So if you're an actor and you're playing Julio César, or you're playing Mark Antony, or you're playing Brutus, and if you are going to play Mark Antony, you cannot avoid thinking of Marlon Brando. When he played Mark Antony, all the English laughed. They said, but 20 years after that, all the English actors worried about that. They studied Marlon Brando to see what he had done to that speech, and so on and so forth, and Richard Burton, and we know how they said this and how the other said that, because depending on how they said it, it was what you felt. And so when you read a novel, you are in the novel. But when you hear Julio César, you are at the receiving end. It's the actors who throw their emotions to you. And you are there doing what you can, judging with what they do. So, yes, that's our first objective. Yes, over.
Resignar el discurso del poder.
Resignificar. Means from signify, resignify. Resignify again. Resignify.
El discurso del poder enfrenta su propia desintegración.
How did they lost their time? We were wondering about what England was coming to after losing the colonies. And Australia wanted to be a republic very recently. And Scotland wants to be a republic now. And Canada is very uncomfortable with having a queen or king. And in the Caribbean, they were very angry with the visit of Prince Charles, not Prince Charles, William and Kate. the heir to the throne. But you saw the crowning, the coronation ceremony. Oh, it was a great opportunity for studying the mentality of a population. I wasn't going even to watch it. I was against, very frankly. I was one of the critics. And I started watching with one eye and doing something else. And then I started to turn around very slowly because I was listening. And in the end, I was completely fascinated. But not fascinated by the ground or by the history or the sheer capacity of an old nation to renew itself and to keep itself alive. Their identity is so strong that even the worst enemies of the crown were there with the banners. Oh, viva, viva. It was the moments in which I was laughing and the moments in which I was envious. I said, they have done it again. Again and again. That's what the English do. That's what they know. It is formidable propaganda. We are here, and you will have to reckon with us for still 2,000 years more. That's the message. That's what I admire. The king and the queen and all the here. It's people that I respect. I respect and admire. It's incredible, the capacity to come together. There were so many funny things to be seen and to mock, if you like. But the final outcome is everybody were happy. I wish we could be that happy here in our country, because I love it. And the English love English. That's my point. And my point is that Shakespeare is like San Martin, is the equivalent, is the father of the English identity. That's why we study him. How did he do it? We want to steal the secret from him. How did he do it? He was an actor, after all. He was a doctor at the university. He wasn't a great Nobel Prize for medicine or chemistry, a great discoverer. He was an actor and a playwright. But he also loved England. Somehow he could understand, he could hear people and steer them. Why all the time making them laugh, entertaining? So that is the secret that I want to see from you. And that's what we are doing. That's why we mentioned the construction, reconstruction of our Ibero-American identity. Quindi formulare latino, la latinidad it's a French invention, la latinidad. Because personally, I haven't got a single drop of Latin blood to begin with. And the Guatemalan Indians, they don't have any Latin drop of. You know where the word Latin comes from? You know anything about Italy? Do you know anything about football? They have Lazio. Lazio is one of the best football teams. Lazio is in Rome, is the capital of the province of Lazio, or Lazio, como pizza. Okay, pita, conocen el pan pita, es la misma cosa. That's linguistics, okay, that's not history, it's linguistics. So, el latio. El latio viene en latín, the language spoken by the people in the Lazio, or Lazio. But all the rest of Italy, the Sicilians, for instance, they are not Latinos, they're not Latinos at all. The Lombards, the people in Toscana, they're not Latinos at all, okay? So why are we going to be Latinos? My parents were from Spanish descent, from Andalusia. You know where Andalusia comes from? Andalusia. What does that mean? From which barbarians? The Vandals. Okay? So this is linguistics. Okay? Let's see the third one.
Destacar la energía del verbo poético en lo dramático, lírico y conceptual.
That's okay. Thank you. Metodología. Would you like to read about the method?
El discurso shakespeariano referido a las manifestaciones naturales, sobrenaturales y o antinaturales que rodearon el asesinato de César, como también su propio cuerpo martirizado, constituyen nuestra aproximación a la obra. Se trabaja sobre un corpus textual y fílmico desde la semiótica del teatro. Se relaciona con hallazgos del proyecto 2020 y 2020.
Yes, that is, this is not our first project. That's what we mean. So we've been working ever since 2010. That is, we started in 2010 because we wanted to do a revision of the concept of our identity, our Ibero-American identity, on the occasion of the 200 years of the 25 de mayo de 1810, 2010. And so we started with that, comparing facts from Argentine history with facts with British history. And we started with the tetralogies that are very rarely represented in our country. Why? Because normally an Argentine director, Argentine actors wouldn't see anything relevant studying. You maybe, have you seen Game of Thrones? Okay, it's that sort of thing. The Duke of Lancaster and the Duke of York, the rose, the white rose, the red rose. Why should we go about representing things that the Argentine people cannot understand? But we have the conditions. And we have the I don't know if you are all porteños or if you are provincianos. But I am provinciana, I'm entrerriana. We have Urquiza, that is very well liked and loved to this day in Rios. And I like particularly Pancho Ramirez, who had a special love, that was Fina, who went to war with him and had, you know, that warriors always go to war in twos because they fight back to back. And so La Delfina was his back. So I love that. And there are many other conditions, of course, you know, Quiroga, that Sarmiento wrote that famous novel, Facundo. And then I've been to La Rioja, for instance, and I've heard people speaking about El Chacho de Vinalosa. And I knew the songs because I love the music. But they talked to me about their stories. And I felt like things happened yesterday or last Sunday, okay? The way they speak about history, for us, history is book. And that's very interesting. So this is what we've been studying ever since 2010. And we began with the tetralogies, actually, reading it through eco-criticism, so that we can compare Reda Maria de José Mármol. No? That was prescribed reading in secondary school for for a long time in secondary school, in our, because it was a math. And there were extraordinary figures there, of course, fictional figures, but based on reality. So we compared some of these Argentine figures with the figures of history, and it's very, very interesting to do that. Well, anyway, let's go on with, and this is the reference. We continue thematically, methodologically, with what we started already 13 years ago. After antecedentes y tempos, objetivos, metodología. Okay, we have to go to, yes. Well, contenidos. With contenidos, I would like you to take turns to read. The objetivos, didn't we? What did we? So let's go around and read each of the, for instance, the first one, contenidos. Which aspects of Julio César we have taken up? This is one of my favorites. Number one, el augur. You know what an augur is, by the way? Augur. Have you ever heard the word augurio? Okay, what is an augurio? It's mejores augurios en esta Navidad or things like that. Augurios meaning best wishes. But an augur is the one who prophesies what is to come. Let's open. Yes.
Tomando los conceptos de interrelación y territorialidad, se estudia el augur como un qué más que como un quién. Pero los que claman por César es su voz más estridente.
You have to be very careful with your stresses. Can you start again, please?
Tomando los conceptos de interrelación y territorialidad, se estudia el augur como un qué más que como un quién. Entre los que
Como un qué más que como un quién. That is, how do you understand that? If he were a quién, it would be what? Human. Yes, but un qué would be more like like an animal.
I think.
Or an event or something. Yes.
Entre los que claman por César es su voz más estridente de toda música, recordatorio de que el hombre es una pieza más dentro del ecosistema. Creado contra las paredes de la ciudad, camuflado como reptil, diálogo con César. Han llegado los idus de Marte. Sí, pero no han pasado.
Very well, yes. Han llegado, that was a prophecy. Beware the islanders of March. And Caesar said, they are here, and here I am. Nothing happened. Yes, but they haven't passed. That's what the word replies. All right. Okay, básico.
Los sueños
El
premonitorios,
título.
los sueños premonitorios de Calpurnia.
Good.
César, cuán necios aparecen tus temores, Calpurnia. Me avergüenza haber seguido. La fuerza y el poder se definen en términos de identidad masculina militarizada, mientras que la tolerancia a la diversidad se define como afeminada y débil.
Right. Notice that between parentheses you have names, and the names are the authors that we consider. This is what kind of approach to the problem. Calpurnia was Caesar's wife. What would you have to add to this?
This is an ecofeministic approach. That is my approach. And what I studied was Calpurnia and Portia, that is Brutus' wives, and how their husbands didn't listen to their thoughts and dreams, and how feeble, they see them, they saw them. And well, they end up very badly because of not listening to their wives. That's why. Vandana Shiva is a great author. She writes about feminism and ecofeminism, and she talks about the land and how the land is compared to women and how men don't treat the land as it should be treated. To make a summary.
The woman associated to nature. That's why we put them together. And a woman, like a reptile, is also nature. And women are nature too. Let's go on.
El cuerpo martirizado de César. En Guidos 104 a 106, Casio revela la emoción encarnada de César, el temor a la fuerza de la naturaleza, despojando al héroe de sus atributos divinos. Es el primer paso hacia la degradación de su persona, justificación de su asesinato. Figura heroica y frágil a la vez, César encarna la confluencia afectivo-ambiental. Su proyecto para Roma va llegando a sus emociones encarnadas y su experiencia. Britania es meramente un territorio afectado por las emociones y deseos de un humano.
Yes, thank you. That is another a member of our team that lives in the United States, and now she's in Budapest because there is she's taking a paper on Shakespeare to the World Championship of Shakespeare. We have World Championships like the football championship. And actually, it took place every 4 years, and because people had to choose between going to the football championship or the Shakespeare championship, the academics were, they decided in Stratford-on-Avon to do it every 5 years. So that's why. And she is the one that is working with affection and ecocriticism. Let's go on, please. Hechos post-homicidio. La multitud se torna jauría. Who's going to repeat that? Yes.
La multitud se torna jauría. Manipulación y emociones fluctuantes testimonian de la delgada línea entre humanos y humanos según la biología evolutiva. Y se hace evidente en distintos momentos de la vida. La misma multitud que aclamará a Pompeyo ahora aclama a César. Quien cultivara una relación filial con César ahora se une a la fobia para derribar la paz.
Yes, that's what happens in the play. The last.
Las águilas abandonan el campamento romano. En la narrativa de Casio, B1, oímos de su desmoralización.
Es una pregunta. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. B is not B, it's 5. Remember that Romano numbers.
En la narrativa de Casio 5.1, oímos de su desmoralización ante el comportamiento de dos águilas, que, habiendo sido alimentadas por los soldados, esa mañana habían volado dejando el lugar a bandadas rapaces. Como doce fatal.
Notice the inverted commas. It's a quotation taken from the translation.
Como dosel fatal, sus sombras cubrían nuestro ejército, listos para entregar su alma. Hecho natural, ajeno a la superstición, donde la ecocrítica lee la acción del águila satisfecha, que cede su espacio al villano carroñero.
Well, this is what I did. I love animals. So Casio is the villain. That's something I particularly like, working with villains. Casio is the one that instigated the killing of Caesar. And so naturally, Romans divided themselves for and against. And so 5 is 5 acts, the last one. But it's scene 1. So they are about to confront each other. and it's Cassio's birthday, which is quite curious, because when it's your birthday, you feel interrogated by life. What has my life become? What have I done? Have I been successful, or have I been happy? Or what kind of, because he's a soldier, an experienced soldier, and also a master puppeteer, a manipulative person. And so he sees the eagles, and the eagles are the symbol of Rome. You know that, don't you? You see there. And so eagles being the symbol, the soldiers fed by hand the eagles. And the eagles are lonely animals usually, or they go in twos, husband and wife, so to speak. So they were feeding these two. But at a given moment, the day before the battle, the morning actually before the battle, they flew away. And when they flew away, el dosel es lo que está en esas camas antiguas, con un techito, en los castillos, que se ven muy lindos en la película, pero en la vida real, cuando llovía, se llovía todo. Entonces, las camas, que estos doseles que se ven tan bonitos y elegantes, en realidad era para proteger, era una doble protección. Entonces, como dosel fatal, las águilas, they are, as I said, lonely or go in twos, but the vultures go in groups, they are gregarious, in bands, so the bands of, like the dosel, okay? They cover the sky, and so naturally Cassius is interpreting, decoding that. And what is he thinking? The eagles, the symbol of Roman power, disappear. And what do we have? Vultures. The translation for vulture. Witness. Una clase de witness en mirada. And so they come in flocks. So he says, we are going to lose. He takes it as a loneliness, the bad sign. Now the question is, if you read this from a poetical point of view, metaphorically, like symbols, yes, he's right. But if you take the trouble to study the behavior of animals, and that's ecology, or more specifically, ethology, what do you know about eagles and vultures? What do you know about their relationships? That's what I wanted to do. I went to see exactly in the book of biology their behavior. And I had an experience in San Juan, La Cordillera. It was a very beautiful day. You know that San Juan is the best sky in Argentina, actually in South America, together with Chile, to study the sky for satellites. And the United States has bought most of the most advanced equipment that we have in San Juan, because they are interested in the work of the astronomers to feed them with information for satellites. So I was taken, I went there, and I was taken to see the Cordillera, and it was beautiful, and we were walking, and it was in June, very cold, and we started reclining against the mountain like this, and taking some sito, and I said, oh, what a beautiful animal, yes, it's a vulture. And then after a while, oh, there's another vulture. And after 5 minutes, not more, there was a dossier of vultures. And I said, something is going on, and they are all black and very big. And I started worrying for some physical reason, some harmony between living beings. I didn't like it. And I asked my friend, I said, no, we are so still that they think we are dead. So they are coming near and near to find out if they can come. And you can like imagine what's having dance or do that. We are very much alive. So the point is, these animals are very intelligent. And there is a connection, there is a relationship of a complementarity between eagles and vultures. The eagles have better eyes and smell, and they find the food. So the eagles find it and go for it. But when they are satisfied, they leave. And then the vultures who sit there waiting patiently, when the eagles are finished, they go and they clean everything. You know, in India, the people take their beloved deceased, their dead, up on top of the mountains for the vultures to eat them. And because they are so big and they fly so high, they said they take them to God. That's mythology. So I'm establishing the difference. They eat animals are hungry, like you and me, but they clean the place because they stop the place from becoming infected with the remains. So that's the vulture science. So Cassius imagines that they're going to lose the battle because the eagles, their symbols, go away, and the vultures that mean death, bad luck, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's a belief. Do you believe in that? One thing is culture, and the other thing is biology. Culture changes with places, with time, but biology is more or less the same. That's the point of ecocriticism, you understand? You cannot go wrong with ecology, with nature. And Shakespeare was born in the countryside, and he's famously defined as a country boy. He knew people, he knew animals. And when he refers to animals, he knows them. He knows their behavior, or knew. And so that's what he wrote in his poetry. Cassio was being guided by his culture, but we might wonder by his guilt, by his wrongdoings. He lost because a soldier that goes to war thinking of bad omens and superstitions loses his spirit. But those who know nature, they just know when the time is, which is the place, but they down to earth. They are in harmony with nature. It's clear. That was what I said. You may agree or not. And you may contradict. So, but you have to read first, okay, the books, the biology. So let's go on. Thank you. Well, in the end, we have the conclusion. Who would like to read the conclusion? Anything to declare? No. So let's read the conclusion.
Notamos que las advertencias del hombre de la fija o de la mujer que sueña con estéticos, las resultan ser más adecuados a la realidad, al cambio de paradigma, que las grandes ideas obsoletas, por otra parte masculinas, aferrados a instituciones que sean demasiado significadas. La evidencia justificada por los conspiradores como
sacrificio en aras de salvar a la Roma republicana se vuelve contra ellos. Roma es el imperio. Shakespeare despliega el interrogante ante su prudencia isabelina y ante nosotros, sobre la validez de su utilización en la promoción de un proyecto político determinado.
Yes, this is what we're reading with Caesar. Because remember what we said at the beginning, that we try to read Shakespeare in our own time here in Argentina. So on, but the point is also, why was Shakespeare in the 16th century? We said the interest in Julius Caesar that belongs to the first century after Christ. So he was reading in the destiny of Rome, a possible destiny for England, because England had just overcome the civil wars of the two roses. Remember, I mentioned the families, the white rose and the red rose. So they had still the memory very fresh in their minds. And so, what are we going to do? Are we happy with the Tudors, with Queen Elizabeth, with her father, Henry VIII? Well, I don't know, we are very happy, but they have done some good things for us. And which is the option? The option is what we had before the war. So, now on, what shall we do? Well, Elizabeth had invited the son of her enemy, Mary Stuart, and the son was James, and because she had no children, she had to take James, her heir. So what are we going to do now? James came down from Scotland to London to be crowned king. He had to be very careful. His mother was a Catholic. What is he going to do? Is he going to go back to Catholicism? That was another point in which Catholics and Protestants had killed each other. That is issue. So James was very careful to stand by the situation as it was. All right, thank you very much. We finish with, well, perhaps, well, you can explain the issue of the whoever, and you want to let me.
Well, there you have the, I think it's called QR in English too, but well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. There we have all the papers that we've done, the last ones at least. So if you're interested, you have it there, you have it there, you have in every poster that is hanging there. So if you're interested in reading what we're writing, do that. And now, I'm going to show you this. Yeah. Well, that was a surprise, but now I ruined it. So we created a Padlet. You know what it is? Yeah. Okay, good. In Julius Caesar, in the piece of scene that I'm going to show you, it's just, as you see, 25 seconds long. It's not long at all, I promise. We are going to see how Cassius plants the seed for this assassination to happen. I'm going to show you the video. And then if you want, Malvina, I can read, but I think it's better for them to watch the video. Right. Okay, it's not working.
We have a fever when we reach there. Put on. They know how to give it shape. Improve it. Shape.
You want to say something? No. Okay. So we can see how, well, Cassius is talking with Brutus here. And we can see how is he haciendo la cabeza, básicamente. And this is how he's planting the seed. So then this is in Act 1, right? So he talked about how feeble he is, because what happens? Julio César is gaining lots of power. People are seeing him as a god. So they are worried that he is going to become a tyrant. He's going to become an emperor. And actually, they are envious of him. So he's talking about how heroes are. Can he be a hero if he's so feeble? He's sick all the time. He shakes like a girl. Can he be a hero like that? No, he's just talking and talking for protest. I mean, to make protest come to his side and to all the conspirators' side. So what we did in this Padlet, I'm going to show you. You have the complete quote here. It's quite long, but that was the summary. Hero that is feeble, that is sick, that is shaking like a girl. Since I'm doing this eco-criticism regarding feminism, that's my part. I want to know, you have the question there. Sorry, it's tiny. I know why. I'm going to make this bigger. What is a hero? All right. What characteristics does a hero have? Do you agree with Cassius? Can heroes be perfect or not? So well, we have some things here, okay? And we have the QR here for the Padlet. So if you are kind to scan it and give us your opinions about heroes, maybe you do have a hero. If you do, please tell us who your hero is. Yeah. Shakespeare comes to mind when hero is there. Yeah. Could you scan it? No, you cannot. You have the link there. Sorry, it's kind of long, but.
Ponerlo en presentación y se hará.
There. No, you cannot. It's okay. No problem. The rest, could you? Yes.
Mejor que no miren lo que nosotros. No se pueden ver. Es como no se puede hacer. Es lo mismo. Me parece que esto es breve.
It's anonymous, so you can write whatever you like. No one will know.
Yeah.
You have to sign up to contribute, right?
You have to sign up? Or do you have like a Gmail account?
Yeah, but oh.
There. No.
Okay. Eso como no sé si pues no aquí de los números. Okay, are you ready? All right.
Yes, we are all ready. Well, you're writing? No? There you go. Okay. Let's do this. We have some new ones, and that's great. I'm going to read only the ones that you have written before, so not the other ones. Here is a person who is brave, cares for the others, and has a good influence on people, inspiring them. And they will have comments. In other words, the hero is also a good leader. Okay. The hero is someone who sacrifices themselves, work for a good cause. They are usually brave, altruistic, and kind. Even though they have the right intentions, I don't believe they are perfect. Okay. And the last one is a good one. I don't know who wrote it, but it's very good. There is no such thing as a true hero without its flaws. Okay, okay, all right. Since the word hero is for humans, and humans are far from perfect. Okay, all right, yeah, it's true. You want to say something, Maria, about this?
Why anonymous?
You want to comment something, Maria?
Questions coming?
Do you agree with this? Or? Do you agree, Maria?
With what?
With the last three?
With the last three?
Yeah.
We can be heroes just for one day.
Oh, that is a new comment. Oh, okay.
But those were always the.
You know, but
They are all mixed up.
they made comments on this. Only a God can be perfect.
Yes, but you may include in the definition of hero the lack of perfection. A hero, if he's human, he may have a flaw or more than one. When you hear Cassius criticizing Jesus, criticizing Caesar, you can have an idea of what he thinks a hero should be. It should be perfect. The point is that you may disagree with Cassius. A hero doesn't have to be perfect. He may have flaws. And therefore, what is a hero then? Sometimes we can say, oh, you're my hero. What does that mean? Do you have heroes? We were a generation that adored heroes or worshiped heroes. We needed heroes. And for instance, in Argentina, we have San Martin, for instance. And if you said something that was not right, you could be taken to prison. So the idea is that people sometimes were afraid of even referring to San Martin because it was dangerous. He was a statue, he wasn't a human being. But when you study his life, you realize, what does it mean that he was a hero, the father of our country, when he crossed the Cordillera to help liberate Chile. He's shown in the paintings on a white horse or on a dark horse, but always on a horse at the head of the army. But the truth was, he was on a gurney, on a camilla, because he was ill. And I think that is much more interesting for a hero. In spite of being on a gurney, he crossed the Cordillera and was at the head of his army. And to me, that is a hero. Much more interesting than being on a horse and showing like he's in the middle of Plaza San Martin, you know, with his finger. So that is what is being questioned by Shakespeare, you see, through the mouth of Cassius, the villain. What is a hero?
And how hero, or what we think heroes are, changes. When we are little, maybe hero is, I don't know, Batman, Iron Man, whatever you call it. Your parents, maybe your dad, your mom, they're all heroes. Maybe when you grow up, see that mom and dad are not perfect, they are not heroes, and you start changing all this.
They are just people like me.
Exactly. And maybe you see, I don't know, a man or a woman, not to be repetitive, not going again with feminism, but maybe you see a man or a woman, they have children, they are on their own, they have to work, they have to wake up very early in the morning, they have to carry their kids to school, work, they come back, do the shopping, cooking, and everything. That's a hero.
All right. This has been very nice. So we invite you to think about this, and maybe it's a good topic for writing in your language class. And okay, so what about taking a nice picture all together and then you go back to class? All righty, thank you. Thank you, Maria. Okay.